Hey everyone, it's Todd Gross, and we'll be starting in just a moment. Let me see what we have going on here on our beautiful Cast AI webinar. All right, so the first thing I want to do is just kind of check in with you guys. So let me get to my question answer box up here. That's that little question mark sign you see on the upper right. And if you would kindly let me know if you could hear my microphone okay, if I'm clear, if there's any problem at all, let me know. I'm Todd Gross, of course. Welcome, everyone. Right, Keith has no video. I'm not sure why. We are sharing the screen right now. You should be seeing it. So if everyone could let me know if you're seeing the screen, it should say Cast AI Transform, Deploy, and Sell. Welcome. That's what you should be seeing right now. Is that what you're seeing? If you have two audios going on, Keith, it means you have two different runs of GoToWebinar. Michael says, sounds good. Um, yes, you could see it. Yes, 100%, says Matthew. Okay, that's fabulous. Okay, so here's how we're going to work this today, just so that you know. We have the question answer boxes where you can ask questions. We have our team standing by. Since I'll be speaking, I won't be able to answer until later on when I also bring Luann on, who's one of my business partners, and she is great at helping me answer the questions. But in the time being, a lot of questions will come up, and you want to just post it in that question answer box. Now, I want to remind you of something else as well, and that is, oh boy, I pressed the wrong button. And that is to check your GoToWebinar audio and video settings ahead of time to make sure that everything is where it should be. All right, what did I do here now? And this looks pretty good. Okay, so welcome. We are going to be going over a revolutionary video product today. It is mind bending, it is brain breaking, and what it does is beyond anything you've ever seen before. So you're really lucky to be here on this webinar. Again, I'm Todd Gross, and as you'll hear during the webinar, I have been actually pioneering this particular kind of video where you can take the video and in the end put it on a website. I have been at the front end of that for quite some time, since 2009, when I actually hired somebody to do just that, to be a spokesperson on a website of mine for a product I was putting out on ClickBank. So this has been going on for many years, the lead up to this product offering today. And I've always been on the forefront of this technology from day one, which is really, really exciting. Now, yesterday, that was actually our trivia question. So I'm going to ask you kind of a trivia question very late in the webinar to have a little bit of a reimbursement. That's right. We're going to have a prize, a contest, a reimbursement of part of your purchase. And that is going to be based on something that I may just blurt out during the webinar, just off the cuff. I have nothing planned, but later in the webinar, what I'm going to do is I'm going to ask you a question, and based on the answer to that question, will be whether you win the prize or not. I'll pick randomly if several people do get the right answer. So you'll want to pay very close attention to what I'm saying, even the little silly things that I may be talking about, because it may come up later in the webinar and you can actually win a prize. How exciting is that? All right. So, very briefly, if you could tell me where you're from, I'll just mention a few names. I can't get to everyone. This is definitely live. This is not one of those pre recorded webinars that you guys sometimes hear at 10 in the morning before a product launch. This is definitely live. I'm going to pinch myself right now. Yep, I'm alive and I felt that. Okay, for instance, Noella, you're from Canada. We have William from Silicon Valley. I just realized for the first time exactly where Silicon Valley is. I always just thought of it as being in the Bay Area, but I thought it was on the north side of the Bay. I didn't realize it was on the south side. We have Rio de Janeiro, Michael. All right, the famous city. And we have Tim saying good luck. We have Sam from Northern Ireland. And then we have Netherlands. We have Parody from England. Praveen from Indianapolis. Sorry about that heat wave coming in. And Los Angeles, Charlie Mills. Hi, good to see you. We have Jamar from Austin. Hello. We have Ken Bell in Australia, 12:10 a.m. Thanks for staying up. This won't be as long as some of the webinars that you've been on that start around this time. We will move quickly. And we have Alan from sunny Florida, Kevin in Vegas. All right. I can't get to everybody. I'm sorry about that. I hope I got your name in there. Let's get started. By the way, as a thank you for attending today, just for attending, we have a special bonus that will be giving you at the very end of the webinar. It won't be the very, very end. So it's not like you have to wait 2 hours. It'll be about 1 hour from now or a little less. So that'll be great for you. If you just hang on, you'll get that special bonus. Okay, you guys ready? Because I'm going to blow you away here. And it's going to be like totally mind-breaking. And I want to make sure that you're up for this. Are you sitting down? All right. Okay, here we go. Let me tell you all about CastAI. I am Todd Gross. It consists of 2 engines under the Synthesis umbrella. Synthesis is one of the branches of one of the companies that I have been working with so closely for several years now. In fact, I think it's about 7 years. And basically, these 2 engines that you're going to be using are called Recast, which creates your perfect video by changing any video in any way that you can imagine. All right. It changes the person, changes the setting, changes the hair color, changes the clothing, changes what they say, changes the language that they speak. It changes everything. And then the other half is called Talking Faces. The Talking Faces engine puts it to work as a salesman on any website 24/7, overlaid on top of the website, which opens the door for you to sell this to businesses of all kinds, especially local businesses. So what I'm going to do is now show you a video that is going to give you an example, and you'll know right away what we're dealing with rather than having to wait. I'm going to show you the video. It's going to be in 2 parts. The first part is going to show you how you could change the videos any way you'd like, including using yourself. You'll see me a lot today being changed, using yourself as the person that's getting changed. The second part of the video, it only runs 5 minutes. The second part is going to show you how you could then place that on any website. All right. So without any further ado, now I got to warn you, when I come back after the video is over, I sometimes have to switch computers, which would be, maybe a 30-second to a minute delay. So please bear with me if that happens. Sometimes my GoToWebinar freezes. If it does freeze, I'll be able to tell you that I'm changing to another computer, and then you'll just bear with me. But right now, let's watch that video. I'm going to go grab it. I'm going to try to share it here. Hopefully it's still here. And that was my demonstration 1 video. I'm going to leave my microphone on so that I could kind of narrate a little bit. For instance, right now it says Engine 1, Recast, change anything in the video. That's the first part that I was telling you about. All right, you guys ready? You excited? Are you guys excited? Miles and Reno, are you excited? Kevin in Vegas. Alan, are you excited? Okay, here we go. Now I have to say, turn up your volume.
I'm about to show you something that's going to break your brain a little bit. Everything you're about to see in this video was recorded once. 1 take on a webcam. But as you can see, things can change pretty fast. Let's start with the obvious. I just changed my outfit without changing my clothes. Again and again. Same video, same take. I just pick what I want to wear.
I used to spend 2 full days getting 1 video ready. Now I literally roll out of bed, record looking like this, and the AI handles the rest. Different outfit, new background. I even posted one in Japanese yesterday, and I don't even speak Japanese.
Hi, it's Todd Gross here, and let me state the obvious.
Huge flaw in AI videos to date. They simply
Haven't been consistent through an entire video funnel. And what good is that?
Well, I want to introduce you to something that we've been working on that completely changes how video marketing funnels are created.
Hola, soy Todd Gross, y permíteme decir lo obvio.
Un gran defecto en los videos de IA hasta ahora es que simplemente
No han sido consistentes a lo largo de todo un embudo de video. ¿Y de qué sirve eso?
Bueno, quiero presentarte algo en lo que hemos estado trabajando y que cambia por completo la forma en que se crean los embudos de marketing en video.
We used to fly product to a studio, hire models, do the whole shoot for every single market. But one video with a product in my hand and the tool does the rest. New presenter for Europe, new language for Brazil, new outfit for the luxury segment. We launched in 6 countries last month.
"上海以南已有60万人被疏散，但对这座城市而言，情况本可能更糟." Hey, it's Todd Gross, now in English. All right, JVs, we are taking AI to the next level now with our next launch. All right, JVs, we are taking AI to the next level now with our next launch.
All right, JVs, we are taking AI to the next level now with our next launch. And we're including marketing that's really going to make this sell.
Okay, real talk. We were spending 12 grand per ad just to localize for 3 markets. Now I take one video, swap the presenter, translate it with perfect lip sync, and I have 15 versions running by lunch. My CEO thinks I hired a whole agency. It's literally just me.
I keep getting comments asking what I'm actually taking every day. It's literally just this. I take 2 of these every morning before I even look at my phone. Honestly, the brain fog is just completely gone. You don't need a crazy routine, just this.
Completely dominate your content creation. Stop wasting thousands of dollars on expensive video production. Buying heavy cameras drains your wallet. Hiring actors is a massive headache.
Panoramic views and a chef's kitchen. This San Diego property won't last long. Click here to book your private tour today.
This stunning dress is a must-have. Use code STYLE20 right now to get 20% off your entire order. Treat yourself. Upgrade your space with premium comfort. Order today and we'll ship it to your door completely free.
Nice. You're here. You won't believe it, but when I recorded this video, I had trees all around me. I was wearing a flannel shirt and reading glasses. I didn't even speak these words. Now look at me. Prim and proper, increasing conversions, engaging audiences, and all because of CastAI. Contrary to popular belief, we do like to pump up the volume. This is the lowest entry price for any synthesis product in years. And the faster we all drive sales, the more.
Craving authentic wood-fired pizza? Order right now and get your second one completely free. Just use code PIEZZA50P at checkout.
Over 1,000 women swear by this exact serum. Use code GLOW30 right now to get 30% off your bottle. Don't wait.
Work smarter, not harder. Grab your 14-day free trial before this timer runs out. 0 credit card required.
If you skipped this during checkout or simply weren't sure, this is your last opportunity to grab the complete CastAI platform at our biggest discount. For just a little bit more, you'll unlock every premium feature. 10,000 credits, and save yourself from buying upgrades one at a time. Before you continue, take another look. I think you'll be glad you did. All right. And welcome back. What did you think of that video? Almost all of you were able to see it. I saw a couple of comments. You heard the person eating in the background instead. Wasn't me. I know who it was, too. We researched it. We muted them. All right. Wow. Awesome. Nice. Okay. And Ross from Sydney, Australia is here, too. Kevin, Praveen, Miles, Gilbert. All right, great. So now what I'm going to do is switch back, hopefully. So this is where I sometimes get messed up, but it looks like it's going to work. And I'm back to my screen. There we go. And I'm going to continue to run our presentation. All right. Now, here's the situation that we're dealing with. Number one, there's two problems out there. First problem is that when you have the thought of making a video, a really good video, you don't feel like doing it. So what if I could offer you the chance today, after you purchase today, to do your video in your pajamas, to do a video in your underwear, to do a video naked if you want, and then change it to put any clothing on to make yourself 30 years younger, look entirely different, change your sex, change your ethnicity, and completely change what you say. Completely. If you had that opportunity, would you grab it? Of course you would. But there's another problem. There's a second problem out there. Not just the problem with, well, how do I get a great video made? We've solved that with part one. But part two, the problem is websites are out there with nothing on them. They sometimes have a video on them, but it's not the same as having a host. You see, your website's already getting visitors, but are you converting them or are you losing those visitors? Are you losing them because they are static websites? They are silent. They are passive. They don't do anything. They just sit there and there's nothing exciting about them. Imagine instead if there was a friendly AI spokesperson that welcomes every visitor. Where do you get an AI spokesperson? I just told you where you could get an AI spokesperson, where you could get a video done with you in your underwear completely wiped away, and now a professional young woman or man who is going to just welcome the person visiting the website and say, here, look around. This is what we've got for you as a special this week. Just like I showed you in that video moments ago. You can have that today, believe it or not. That can be yours after the end of this call. Now think about when you go into CVS and the person at the counter almost screams across the place and says, "Hi, welcome in." What's going on with that? So many stores go out of their way to say hello when you come in. They know that increases the chance that you'll have a good shopping experience in the store. Why don't you do that for a website as well? Not enough people have put overlays on their website, despite the fact that they're proven to increase conversions. You could transform videos into digital spokespersons that deploy directly onto your website, just like this. That's me, by the way, changed. That's me with grayer hair. That's me with sunglasses. That's me wearing a suit and tie. That's me, but changed. CastAI will turn any video into that 24/7 AI salesperson. It works on any website, every browser, and every device. But don't forget, half of CastAI is developing the video in the first place, which is incredibly versatile. And you could use that in all your video work as well. So let me show you the difference between what Recast is, the first engine, and what Talking Faces is, the second engine that makes them work together as CastAI. Recast swaps faces and identity. It allows you to change outfits. It allows you to change the style. It allows you to change the script. It allows you to change everything you can imagine, including the background. But the background doesn't really matter if you then want to take that same very video and move it into Talking Faces, which you see on the right. Now we've taken our spokesperson, now we've taken our video person, and we've put them onto a website. And we've given them a sign to hold, all kinds of welcoming things, such as an attention grabber at the beginning of the video that's going to get somebody to click on that video. Recast on the left here, of course, rewrites speech after recording, and then you apply that speech to all the stock voices that are in there, which are state of the art. Or you could use your own voice, just like you heard my voice being used. The voice cloning was so good in what you saw in that video before. And yeah, I'll play that video for you again later. It's too good not to. But it was so good that I do not know which is my original voice and which is my cloned voice very often. I have trouble telling the difference. So you could rewrite the speech after recording it, in addition to, well, virtually rewriting the person. On the right-hand side, we have these attention grabber intros that we're also going to. You see that on the right where it says stop? Inside Talking Faces, we're going to actually have signs that we hold up, dance moves that we do, waves of hello, anything you want to grab someone's attention to get them to click on that video to get it to play. All right, let me just tell you, basically how it works. The nuts and bolts here, and then I'll go right into a demo. And the demo is going to show you right then and there this working in action. This is how CastAI works, step by step. First thing you do, it's so simple, it's ridiculous. You upload or generate a base video or start from a script /URL. Basically, you just upload any video. Now, as a bonus today, and I shouldn't be telling you this ahead of time, but as a bonus, we're going to include videos that you could upload right away. You don't even have to look around on YouTube or make one yourself. The second thing you do is you choose or you create a persona. In other words, let's say you are in your underwear. Let's say you're having a really bad day. You just woke up and your hair's sticking straight up. You could swap out your face. You could change that hairstyle. You could change your outfit completely. They did this to me so many times when we were fooling around with the software, gave me a nice suit, and it did fit my body type as well. It just kept me looking as if I would put a suit and tie on. And you could change the style. You could change the script. You could see that number 3 down there. You could edit the script if needed. So in other words, you could keep the original, or you can actually use the cloned voice of yours. Since you'll be getting the whole package today, I'm sure you'll be able to use your cloned voice. When I say whole package, I mean there's going to be a base, and then there's going to be a package of all the upgrades put together, and the cost is so low that everybody on this call is going to be ending up getting that. And with that, you'll be able to do what I'm describing now. You'll be able to just edit the script, use your own voice, and then CastAI will perfectly lip sync automatically after the edits. And it will do it in any language. You saw how I was speaking in other languages. I spoke in Mandarin, and I did one where I spoke in Spanish. Then you deploy the persona with Talking Faces. That, of course, is where you put it over a website. That's the second engine. One click, and you embed it onto any website. And not only that, but you could add clickable in-video calls to action that route visitors to checkout, to booking, to affiliate links. All of that can be included in that overlay that you put on the right-hand bottom corner. And I'll show you that in the demo in just a minute. You publish it, you let it run, and then you have an embed code that you can actually take out and sell to your client. So there's 2 ways to do that. And this is really, 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 really important. All right, there's 2 ways to do it. Number 1 is to give them an embed code to take the persona and put it on their site. But what's important is when you're trying to sell the site to them, you could do this ahead of time by just grabbing a URL of their website and putting it as the base underneath. So you could show them ahead of time exactly what it will look like once you give them the embed code. It's a genius way to market this to businesses of all kinds, especially local businesses. Now, there are different ways to use your creation. That's what I'm describing right now. The embed code or the URL. And that is really exciting because you're going to be able to, let's say, go into an area that has, let's say, a dozen businesses, all within a few square miles. Let's say it was plumbing. Let's say the plumbing businesses. And you will then shop around by taking the actual website with the host on it, the same host, right? And showing it to all 12 businesses. You'll email them, you'll walk in the store with a computer, most likely you email them, or you'll contact them any way you can and say, your website basically sucks. Your website isn't exciting. Look at what your website could look like with a welcoming host. But I got to warn you guys, your competitor down the road also got an email from me. Do you want this spokesperson on their website or do you want this spokesperson on your website? And then once they say, of course we want it, don't give it to them, give it to us, then you give them the embed code. Now, CastAI can be viewed on all Apple devices within Safari as well as all other devices. And we're really, really happy about that. That was great news when we realized it works on all the devices. All right. I see that you guys are asking questions in the question answer box. That's great. But let me ask you right now, are you ready to see only 10 minutes? You know why? Number one, my Camtasia broke yesterday and I wasn't able to record in time. So I made a quickie second one. But number two, the quickie second one was great because it's so easy to use the software that I was able to do a 10 or 11-minute presentation demo right off the bat because it's so easy to use. Okay. I see some good questions in there, and you guys are ready for the demo. I see that as well. Okay, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to run the demo, then I'm going to come back on. Now, some of you weren't able to hear the previous demo. I saw that. That's somewhere in your settings and go to webinar. Once I start playing the demo, you'll see it. Then make sure that your settings are correct. Make sure the volume is up a little bit. Make sure that you set it to full screen so you can see everything really clearly when we go into the software. Without further ado, let me show you the demo, the incredible demo of Cast AI. I'm going to share my screen. Once again, I'm going to share the videos, and I've grabbed it. I'm clicking share, and now I just have to press play. Before I press play, make sure you take the screen you're seeing right now, make it a little bit larger. See if you can make it full screen. You have that option on the bottom right there. Turn the volume up a little bit. I'm going to hit start in 3, 2, 1, now. Welcome to Cast AI. What I'm going to do is I'm going to go down in the synthesis menu, and we're going to note that there is Recast and Talking Faces. All right, keep that in mind, Recast and Talking Faces. Also, keep in mind you're going to be using my projects later. So Recast is the first engine as part of Cast AI. So you click on Recast. It says drop motion source here. That's going to be a video of yourself or somebody else. I believe it's in my desktop. So I'm going to look for it in my desktop. That's my personal desktop. I want my shared desktop. There it is right here. I'm going to take an actual video that I think will work well. All right, now it's already uploaded that video. I did not even pause it just now. And what you're going to do is I'm going to play it. Hey, it's Todd Gross, and what you're seeing right now is Cast AI. Okay, and now what we want to do is we want to grab a still image from that. It's going to just take the first image in the video. And the reason we want to do that is so that everything works at its best, even if we change things. So you grab from the video. You could also upload a target character, but since you could describe a character and it comes out even better, grabbing from the video is your best bet. So it's going to take the first image it can from that video that we just uploaded, and that's what it's going to display. Now we could change this. I could say, have this person as a 35-year-old with brown hair and holding a coffee mug that is steaming. All right, and apply that edit, and it's going to change the person. Probably leave the same clothes. I could change the clothing as well. Perhaps I could, make the person, me, wear a suit instead of, that little jacket that I have there, which is not a fancy jacket by any means. We could do that as well. But for the time being, we now have the same exact outfit, but we have a different person. Person in his 30s holding a coffee mug. And there you go. Now, what's funny about this photo is you see the stairs on the lower right-hand side? I really do have stairs, and I don't know how it knew that. And the stairs look exactly like that. I cannot figure out. I did another one previously when my Camtasia crashed when I was doing a recording for you guys. And it did the same thing. It created those stairs. It's unfathomable to me that it knew that the stairs were there. It's like it was spying on me or something. Anyway, we'll leave that for now, that outfit. We could have changed it if we wanted. But now we have a choice. We could leave the script as it is, or we can actually type a new script in here, enable this and type a new script, and actually select my voice, because I, of course, have the whole package. Like, you're going to be getting the whole package today, I'm sure. And when you get that upgrade, you are able to use your own custom cloned voice, and you could write anything. So you could change everything that I just said. But for now, I want to show you the translation. So I'm not going to write anything in this section right here on the left. I'm not going to enable that. And I am going to enable this bottom section, though, because I'm going to do a language translation like this. And I'm going to choose Spanish. All right? Now, normally I'd add captions if I wanted to do a video that I wasn't going to overlay on a web page later, but I want to take this video after we create it and overlay it on a web page. And in that case, we're going to want to keep in mind that we just want the person to show on the web page. We don't want to change the background, which we could do. Like in a previous video, I actually had a bear watching me. You don't want to put captions if you're doing that. If you're going to overlay it on a web page, you want to just leave it, regular like it is now, because all that background is going to be cut out. So I'm doing Spanish, and then I'm going to do 720p. We could have done 1080p, but let's do 720. I'll go a little faster and confirm and generate. This part does take a few minutes to render. Now that's already been fed over to Talking Faces, so let's go back there. Where will it live? Let's do a website called toddsuggests.com/OdinAI. That's one that just came to mind. And then once we're inside Talking Faces, what we do is we can choose to change the face again if we want, like this, and then work from there. But we already have ours done in Recast, so we're going to pick Recast and not just play with Talking Faces from scratch. We've already done a lot of the work. We're going to pick our Todd that's speaking Spanish, and then from there we can edit it again if we want, so that something else happens, like we could put a bird on my shoulder. But instead, let's just continue. We go left corner or right corner. I usually like the right corner. And continue. Then from there, we have the ability to make some changes to the beginning of the video. At the very, very beginning, when people first see it, we can create an attention grabber. An attention grabber is the coolest thing. It actually, you could have the person hold a sign or so many different things. They give you some quick ones right here, like wave hello. So let's just click on wave hello right here and then generate the attention grabber. Now remember, this is what people are going to see when they first go to the website that you're overlaying onto. This is the second half of CastAI, remember. This is no longer Recast. We're now in Talking Faces using a Recast video. So we're going to have this character waving hello. And there he is, waving hello. It's looking pretty darn good. All right, and here he is, and that's how it's going to look over the website when we integrate it. We've been thrown right now into the integration part, so let's see what we've got. So the playback settings is we don't want to hide our attention grabber, obviously. We are going to want to loop it so it doesn't just play once. Auto close after playing. I think we'll let it keep playing. Hide the close button. Yeah, let's hide the close button. Display the mute button. No. And we don't want to disable it. You would disable it if you're selling this to a client and they don't pay their bill. Actor size, we want it to be larger than halfway, so about 3/4. So it'll be fairly large, like you're seeing here. And integrate the actor onto the website. First, we want to do the call to action first. Call to action button is like click here, and then it will go to the website. And we want it to go to the site that it's going to be over. So we're going to do toddsuggests.com, Odin AI. And then the button color, let's see if it comes out okay the way that it is default. And then click save. It's saving. We didn't have to click save this time. There's the button. Oh, that was the integrate actor to website. We're supposed to do this. Integrate actor to website. So we click this, integrate actor to website. We get the embed code that we'd sell to a client. Or we could show the client what it's going to look like just by putting in the underlying web page here. The custom URL is toddsuggests.com/Odin AI. And then we got to give it a name. So come back. The name we're going to give it is Odin Overlay, right? Because we're having an overlay on top of the Odin website. It's Odin AI Overlay. Odin AI Overlay. That's a good name. And it gives us the name, that the URL that we're going to share with the client. Edit copy. And then once you close this box, you have to save that, what you just did. So I almost forgot an important step. That's an integrate with the website. And now we're all done. Now I'm going to bring this down here. So I want to show you, first of all, that you could look at the settings right here and redo everything we just did in case it's not playing the way you want it to. Or you could play with the embed code section, which is this section right here. We could put a different website underneath, and we could take perhaps a whole bunch of pizza places in a certain neighborhood and keep putting the same overlay onto all the different pizza places. And then the one that pays you, you'll finally give them the URL code up here, the embed code. So now what we're going to do is I'm going to actually put this in the bar, in the URL bar right here at the top. I'm going to paste it in. That's what it gave us so that we can see how this is going to look. I click return. And now we should have the website underneath. And we do. And we should have us waving here, begging to be played. And now we could play it.
Hola, soy Todd Gross. Y lo que ves ahora mismo es CastAI operando en esta página tal como lo haría en la tuya para compartir tus novedades, tus productos o lo que desees.
Okay, now I want to point out that it's kind of redundant for us to right click here because we're already on the website and it's already operational. But if you were using this as an affiliate site or something like that you want to send folks to make sure that you get credited, then you could put the click here. It should say something else though, because Obviously, I could be holding a sign that says click to play, and then we want them to click the play button. So we'll probably write something else other than click here. But you get the point. We have this really beautiful overlay on the bottom right-hand side that we've made, and we're playing it.
Mientras ayuda a convertir más de tu tráfico.
And it's in Spanish, and it's perfectly on top of a website. And yet, we have the embed code that we didn't even give them yet. And yet we're able to see this right on top of their website. An amazing two tools, two engines put together that just is going to make you so many sales to local businesses. Every local business, in fact, every business, not just local business, should have something like this on their site, begging people to come in, being the welcoming host. All right, what did you guys think of the demo? I see some answers. Impressed. Nice. Incredible. And then some great questions are coming in there as well. We'll be answering those in the question answer box. And of course, later on, I'll be answering some of those more directly. Let me try to get my screen back up there for you. And here it comes. All right. There's our little demo. Now, what we just saw, of course, was two things happening at once. Changing all the videos. These are all the key features that you're looking at right here. You're able to do a full character or persona swap where the face, the body, everything was being swapped. Or then we were able to take it and put it on a website. Now look over the key features on your screen right now because I'm going to do a deep dive onto them so that you just understand what you're getting here. And it's all going to be just basically reiterating what I showed you in the demo. The key features are first, the AI video creation with the face and identity swap. Now, you understand, right, that you could just take any video of anybody and change them to anybody else. You describe a new person, and an incredibly high quality person is now developed right in front of your eyes. So good that I honestly, I am not making this up. I cannot tell from the video that we showed you earlier which were AI generated and which were the original people. I cannot tell. There is no way for me to figure it out. That's how good it is. And then, of course, you could change the outfits, you could change the style, you could change their hair, you could change their skin tone, you could change their ethnicity, you could change their age, you could change their voice, you could clone your own voice since you're getting the whole package. You could rewrite the speech after recording completely so that you're saying completely something else. You have the AI scriptwriter in there. You have the attention grabber intros for when you put this on a web page, and you can insert objects in their hands, including, like you saw in the video earlier, actual products like vitamins, like skin cream, anything that you're trying to sell can be put into their hands. And then it also is taking in any video input, not just MP4, but MOV and WebM as well, making it even easier. You don't have to convert first. Your AI website salesperson gets deployed on unlimited websites. Imagine the same one can be used on unlimited sites, the website overlay or the inline embed. You remember what that was, right? The difference? It's using the URL as the base and you're putting it on top of that, or giving your client the actual embed code, which you could turn off at any time if they don't pay their bill. Then you have the clickable in video buttons, the attention grabber intros to get folks to be able to click on those people, on those spokespeople, and the in video text, images, and calls to action, and custom positioning and branding. All that is included with these. Now, these are obviously website conversion features, such as greeting every visitor when they come to the website. And it explains your offer and it guides visitors to the next step. How important is that? And then the clickable calls to action means that they can either just continue on to the site that's right behind you that you're displaying. You could even send them somewhere else, such as to a checkout page right there and then. Now, let's talk about the use cases for this, all right? Because I see the basic use case isn't not even on this list. The basic use case is to take the Cast AI, the Recast section, and like I mentioned before, just take a video of yourself or anybody and change it to anything. So you no longer have to hire a spokesperson. Now, as I mentioned earlier, back in 2009, I did actually hire a spokesperson for, I think it was around $1,500. And what I did is I put it on top of a web page where I was selling a product. And the product that I was selling, interestingly enough, was to help businesses get websites going, because back in 2009, not every business had a website. All right. So what I did then was I created an actual product where I would help businesses get websites for businesses that didn't have any. Now almost all businesses have websites. Not all, but almost all. And what's so interesting is if you think about how cyclic this is, how circular this is, back then I was needing this very kind of product. And I spent $1,500 on this woman, this actress, who took 2 weeks to get me the video of her giving me a 30-second blurb, exactly like you could do with this today. And there is no difference in quality between what she did that I paid $1,500 for and what you could do on a regular basis at no real major cost of any kind. So I just thought I'd share that story with you. But meanwhile, other than using this just as a basic video that you could then use in all your video creations, I got derailed there for a moment when I hit that story. But other than using it as a basic video, because you now have a video that could be of anybody, anywhere, anytime, with any background, saying anything in any language. But you could also use it, obviously, for things like, number one, e-commerce, where you have a persona presenter on every single product page. Number two, coaches and creators can multiply one recording into multiple personas for different audiences and niches. Think about that. I did that on Saturday. If you saw the demo earlier, the first demo I showed, you know that on Saturday I went on TikTok and I made a video in Mandarin about the hurricane coming in to China. Now, I called up my daughter-in-law, who is from Shanghai, where the hurricane was near, and I showed her the video, and I said, "Can you understand this video? How is my Mandarin?" Now, remember, I don't speak Mandarin. I don't speak Chinese, but I did in that video. She said it was perfect. There was a slight accent, she said. A slight accent. That was the only thing that she could detect that was wrong with the video, was a slight accent. Are you kidding me? We've come that far in 2026. So I put that on TikTok to help people who didn't speak English on my social media, because I have a weather channel on TikTok. I'm originally a weatherman on television. The very first TV station I worked at officially was WROC in Rochester. Then I worked at WNYT in Albany. Then I worked, of course, in Boston for many years in WHDH. That was my profession. Now I do weather and astronomy on TikTok. So I was able to use it that way. All right, that's number two. Number three, That goes along with number 5, agencies. You can offer AI spokespersons as a done-for-you service to your clients. Or number 5, local businesses. And I'll talk about that again in a moment. Number 4, I've used it this way many, many times. If you have a product, I can't stress how important this is for affiliate marketing. If you are selling a product that is owned by somebody else and you're the affiliate, it is crucial, essential that you actually put yourself in between the person who's about to buy the product or potentially buy the product and the product itself. You want to put yourself into the process because that will make it so much easier to sell the product if they see you. Otherwise, why are they getting the email from you and then you're sending them to some other page that doesn't have you on it? If you insert yourself into the process or a person that you designate as representing yourself, because you can make yourself any age, any gender, that is going to help your sales immeasurably. So that's how number 4, you'd use this for affiliate marketing. I mean, it's like a slam dunk. It's so obvious that you should be doing that. And that's how I use it very often because I'm also an affiliate marketer. I don't just sell products that we come up with. I sell other people's products that are related to the original product. So therefore, I like to insert myself in the process a lot. And that allows folks to see me rather than just go over to the other page. All right, now let's go back to number 5 for local businesses. Do you remember my big tip for success? The big tip for success is to offer this to several businesses by showing them what it will look like using that URL that I worked very hard with Oliver to do this, to make sure that you had the ability to do this, not just give them an embed code, but you can actually show them ahead of time what it's going to look like. And that's by just taking the URL of their page and placing your video creation on top of the page, right? You're going to show them what it will look like ahead of time. And then once they are hooked, you're going to dangle that embed code in front of their eyes and say, now you can own this. You can have this. And then you give them the embed code. I mean, it's genius. That's the tip for success here. How do you think you would sell this to local businesses now that you've seen the demo? Obviously, you would take the URL of the business and show them what this product will look like. Okay, so here's what we've got for you today then. We're going to put this together into an amazing package so you could just jump on this. All right, we are going to offer you CastAI, the front end offer, and then all the upgrades put together. So what is the front end offer? Basically, that's just the basic product. The front end offer it only costs like $24, but it's very limited. So that's why you're going to get the package of all the upgrades together instead. The front end offer is the face swap and the outfit changes and the object insertion. And it also allows you to put it over web pages, but it doesn't give you some of the other stuff. And that's why we want you to grab the package of all the upgrades together. What are the other stuff? Well, instead of 720p, you can have 1080p high def recording. You could do that where you change it into any languages with the native lip sync to those languages, right? You can make them speak any language. We have extra credits that you'll be getting as well with the first upgrade, which will be part of that package where all the upgrades are packaged together. On the inside of Talking Faces, you have the ability you don't even have to get it from your recast section. You could actually just take over 100 faces that are in there as well, including your own face, and then just have that start walking and talking around on a website without even having to bring in a video. You're going to be able to do that as well with these upgrades all together. And then you'll be able to clone your own voice so that it's you without having to actually use your real voice. There's 2,400 bonus credits there as well. The next upgrade that's going to be included in that big package, which we call Fast Track, is going to be even more credits. The lowest credit price of the launch, and the credits never expire. And in fact, because you're getting the Fast Track where all these are grouped together, you're going to get even more credits still, 10,000 credits altogether. So you see, when you unlock the entire platform in one click, when you get all these upgrades put together as the Fast Track, that includes the first upgrade, the second, and the third. It includes, therefore, the 1080p, the translation, all those languages, the additional spokespersons, the ability to upload your own, the ability to use your own voice. The 2,200 bonus credits are going to be thrown into the ones that we already mentioned, which now equals 10,000 credits altogether. All that's included. So let's compare what that front end was then, which will allow you to dip your feet in the water, but doesn't really get you too far. The front end product that transforms videos into the new faces, outfits, and styles. It gives you 720p. It does give you the commercial license, and you can use talking faces where you put it on a website in a limited way. But if you get the Fast Track, where everything is included of all those upgrades, it's an all-in-one offer combining every premium upgrade plus a total of 10,000 credits now, which will last quite a while. You can ask questions about that in the question answer box, but you saw these videos, they take up about 300 credits. So that offers you quite a bit. 1080p translation, 100 spokespersons, upload your own. All right. So you've got the idea that it's good to get the entire package. Now, on the inside, once you're there, if you really hung up on the credits, we have a way that you could just kind of lift that off of your brain altogether. We have something in there called the Credit Max upgrade that boosts your possibilities with the best offer on credits and never run out. 6,000 fresh credits delivered and restocked every year. That's 6,000 extra credits per year. So, are you guys ready? Now, once I unleash this to you right now, all right, I am going to show you the video again of everything put together. And in fact, I'm excited for you to see that because some folks are just joining us now that weren't on before. I'm so excited to get you guys on the inside that as soon as I have you jump in right now, I am going to go back just moments after that, and I'm going to play those videos all over again, the examples that are going to blow you away. But first, I know you've been patient. I know you've been asking for the link. So I'm going to do that first, show you the link, tell you how to get this. Then I'm going to go back and play that original video montage again so you can see all the possibilities since we have some people that joined again in the last few minutes. All right, you guys ready? Are you ready? And I'm going to, again, repeat how to get this. You're going to get the base, and then you're going to get all those upgrades in one, and it's going to be way lower cost than you're used to. Okay, here it is. Come back to your computer in 3, 2, 1. There it is. Once again, go to that link at the bottom of the screen, getcastai.com/live. And you'll be picking up that front end full version. It's $24. But then in order to get the bundle, you'll get the Fast Track bundle. Put it together. Those two will be $221 altogether. Do not delay. Tomorrow, actually, it's now not tomorrow anymore. It's today. The pricing will be actually going up after the webinar is over. When you're on the inside, this is what you need to do. After you purchase that $24, you're going to look on the upper right-hand side. It says unlock the complete CastAI platform. You're going to check that box, and that's $197 after you buy the front-end product. And that's how you're getting this all together. And as a reminder, we do have stuck in there for $147 yearly, those 6,000 extra credits that you could get every single year. That is also going to be in the funnels. You'll see that as you go through the funnel. Now, if you currently already own Recast from Synthesis, you actually already own this product. You do not have to purchase. I have to warn you about this ahead of time. But if you already have the product Talking Faces from Synthesis, you do need to purchase what's called Core, and it's in there at that same link. You'll need to purchase that and then continue from there. All right, I hope that makes that clear. Don't delay. This is where to go. Getcastai.com/live. Luann, do I hear you back there? I hear
I'm
somebody.
sorry. I muted myself again after I muted. Sorry. I just wanted to remind everybody to look in the chat. In the chat box, there is a live link and the instructions are in there to make this purchase. So please go to the double chat bubbles at the top menu on the right hand side, and you will see, click on that, and you will see the link in there.
Now, I want to remind you that this price is going up after the webinar. All right. So you're in at the lowest price. It's the same price as last night during the webinar. Today, there's a second webinar that's live. That's happening right now. We're doing it right this moment. Okay. And you are in time to get the lowest price. After the webinar is over, which will be in another 45 minutes or so, guess what? Then the price is going up. So you need to grab onto this right now. Now, I would like to know from you guys in the question answer box. Give me a 1 in the chat box if you missed the video montage at the beginning of the webinar and would like to see that again, where we put all the examples together in one big video. Put a 1 in the chat box if you missed that. Okay, we've got plenty of ones. I'm going to play that again. Everybody, get that link first. Take that link that you see right there. It's also going to be in the chat. All right. Get that link, getcastai.com/live. For those of you that missed it, I'm going to show that video montage again. And in just a moment, when we come back, we're going to do a contest to see if you remember something that I mentioned during the webinar. It wasn't all that long ago that I mentioned it. All right. And if you get that trivia question right, then you're going to be getting a reimbursement on some of your purchase today. And if more than one person gets it right, and I don't know if you'll be able to this time, it's a hard question. If more than one person gets it right, then I'll pick randomly from the correct answers. But as of right now, I'm going to play that video montage again. That's going to blow you away. That really explains how this product works. So let me show that. I'm going to call up the videos. That's my first demo, and here we go. Now, when it plays, if you don't hear anything or even don't see anything, check all your GoToWebinar settings. All right. It is going to be playing. I'll tell you when it's starting to come on. All right. So it's starting to come on. I did not press play yet. If you don't hear, it should right now say on your screen, Engine 1 Recast, change anything in any video. That's what you should see right now. Make it full screen, turn up your audio settings. And remember, as soon as we come out of this 5 to 6 minute video presentation, you can actually purchase this, get your hands on it, and do everything that you see in this video. Watch.
Okay, so I'm about to show you something that's going to break your brain a little bit. Everything you're about to see in this video was recorded once. One take on a webcam. But as you can see, things can change pretty fast. Let's start with the obvious. I just changed my outfit without changing my clothes. Again and again, same video, same take. I just pick what I want to wear.
I used to spend 2 full days getting one video ready. Now I literally roll out of bed, record looking like this, and the AI handles the rest. Different outfit, new background. I even posted one in Japanese yesterday, and I don't even speak Japanese.
Hi, it's Todd Gross here, and let me state the obvious.
Huge flaw in AI videos to date. They simply
Haven't been consistent through an entire video funnel. And what good is that?
Well, I want to introduce you to something that we've been working on that completely changes how video marketing funnels are created.
Hola, soy Todd Gross, y permíteme decir lo obvio.
Un gran defecto en los videos de IA hasta ahora es que simplemente
no han sido consistentes a lo largo de todo un embudo de video. ¿Y de qué sirve eso?
Bueno, quiero presentarte algo en lo que hemos estado trabajando y que cambia por completo la forma en que se crean los embudos de marketing en video.
We used to fly product to a studio, hire models do the whole shoot for every single market. But one video with a product in my hand, and the tool does the rest. New presenter for Europe, new language for Brazil, new outfit for the luxury segment. We launched in 6 countries last month.
"上海以南已有60万人被疏散，但对这座城市而言，情况本可能更糟." Hey, it's Todd Gross, now in English. All right, JVs, we are taking AI to the next level now with our next launch. All right, JVs, we are taking AI to the next level now with our next launch.
All right, JVs, we are taking AI to the next level now with our next launch. And we're including marketing that's really going to make this sell.
Okay, real talk. We were spending 12 grand per ad just to localize for 3 markets. Now I take one video, swap the presenter, translate it with perfect lip sync, and I have 15 versions running by lunch. My CEO thinks I hired a whole agency. It's literally just me.
I keep getting comments asking what I'm actually taking every day. It's literally just this. I take 2 of these every morning before I even look at my phone. Honestly, the brain fog is just completely gone. You don't need a crazy routine, just this.
Completely dominate your content creation. Stop wasting thousands of dollars on expensive video production. Buying heavy cameras drains your wallet. Hiring actors is a massive headache.
Panoramic views and a chef's kitchen. This San Diego property won't last long. Click here to book your private tour today.
This stunning dress is a must-have. Use code STYLE20 right now to get 20% off your entire order. Treat yourself. Upgrade your space with premium comfort. Order today and we'll ship it to your door completely free.
Nice. You're here. You won't believe it, but when I recorded this video, I had trees all around me. I was wearing a flannel shirt and reading glasses. I didn't even speak these words. Now look at me. Prim and proper, increasing conversions, engaging audiences, and all because of CastAI. Contrary to popular belief, we do like to pump up the volume. This is the lowest entry price for any synthesis product in years. And the faster we all drive sales, the more.
Craving authentic wood-fired pizza? Order right now and get your second one completely free. Just use code PIEZZA50P at checkout.
Over 1,000 women swear by this exact serum. Use code GLOW30 right now to get 30% off your bottle. Don't wait.
Work smarter, not harder. Grab your 14-day free trial before this timer runs out. 0 credit card required.
If you skipped this during checkout or simply weren't sure, this is your last opportunity to grab the complete CastAI platform at our biggest discount. For just a little bit more, you'll unlock every premium feature, 10,000 credits, and save yourself from buying upgrades one at a time. Before you continue, take another look. I think you'll be glad you did. All right. Now, what's interesting, of course, is that last one you saw is actually something you're going to see on the inside when you go to purchase at this link, getcastai.com/live, which you're going to go to right now. So you'll be able to do all the cool stuff that you just saw in that video. All right. Frederick, Lincoln, Jim, Brad, and the others who put one in the chat box, what did you think, or in the question answer box, what did you think of that video montage that you saw just now? Let me know in the question answer box. Were you blown away that you can do that, or what? Yeah, no, Noah says, "I'm in." Frederick says, "Impressive, thanks." Very impressive, says Brad. All right, great. Thank you so much for helping me out there. And as I told you before, in just a couple of minutes, we're going to do that contest for a reimbursement as well. But as of right now, I want to make sure you get over to that Cast AI actual link. Get castai.com/live. All right. Don't delay to it's no, I should change this. Today, after the webinar, after the Webby, the pricing will be increasing. This is the only window to get in at the lowest entry price. And don't forget when you're on the inside to get all the upgrades bundled together, just do that checkbox that you'll run into right there. It looks like this where the arrow is pointing, that little square box right there. And that'll get you everything for only $197 after the initial $24 spend. And there is also the ability to get even more credits on the inside. You'll be running into that. We have some good bonuses for you too. And don't forget, the link is both at the bottom of your screen right now and also in the chat at the top. The chat looks like those two overlapping talk bubbles. At the right next to where the question mark is in GoToWebinar, there's this double chat thing. That is in there as well for you to look at to catch up on anything that we're talking about, such as the link, in case the link goes away, like it did a moment ago when we were showing that demonstration. And bonus one, very interesting. I mentioned this early in the webinar, is ready to recast niche videos already there. So you don't even have to do a video or find a video. We're providing you with videos. That's the first bonus. The second bonus is the client agency kit, which makes it easier for you to actually start offering Cast AI powered video services to clients. We help you out with that. Bonus number 3 is 100 Cast AI video script prompts. You know how on the inside you could actually change what people say? We help you out with that. So, in other words, you don't have to use the original audio. You could just write a whole new audio, and we help you out with what to say. The next thing that you get as a bonus is 50 local business video offers. So once you get the client, which you're going to be able to get most likely with Cast AI, because it's such a great service to provide for them, but then you could give them additional services, right? You could sell them other stuff and continue to make money, and we help you out with that as well. And bonus number 5 is the 7-step fast start plan, your simple step-by-step action plan to start creating with Cast AI. We also have something else. Just for attending today, you are going to be getting something. You know what you're going to be getting? Something very interesting. You know how they're holding up signs and things like that in what you just saw in that demonstration just moments ago? How our little characters in the bottom right-hand side of the screen hold up signs that say things and hold up objects? We're going to help you with that by producing really good signs, not just ones that you try to create on the fly and worry if the spelling is going to be right. We have pre-made ones that you will be getting that you could use anywhere, not just with Cast AI. You'll be able to use it in other places for calls to action as well in your videos. And you get that just for attending today. So it's useful even if you do not purchase today. And then we come to our contest. Everybody, get back to your computers. This is where I give you a reimbursement in part, a $40 reimbursement, in fact, to your purchase if you get this question right. And if you do, and there's several other people that also get the question right, then I'm going to pick from one of the winners, not one of the people that got it right in order to be a winner. All right, you ready? You guys ready? I have to I have to make sure you're back at the keyboard for this. I don't want you to miss this. See, you're asking some great questions in the question and answer box. Like Terry's asking about clarification right now. David, good luck with the hospital appointment. Jim is talking to Luann directly, but I want to make sure you're back at the keyboard ready to answer this question. I'm not going to start until somebody says, yeah, we're ready. Noella, thank you. You've been so good today. Yeah, Danny and Noella and the others. Praveen, thank you. I feel a little better. People are actually paying attention to me. All right, here we go. Here's the question. I mentioned in passing the very first television station that I worked at. What was the television station, or what was the year that I started working at that television station? Do 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 do. All right, let's see if you got it right. Oh my goodness. Not many people got it right, just a few, and one of them is David Caldwell, W-R-O-C. You wrote Y, but you meant W, and that's in Rochester. It was 1980. Congratulations, everyone. You are the winner, David. This is what I need you to do. I need you to write to us at yourgreenscreenguy@gmail.com. Luann, are you there? Can you write to David and give him the place to send his PayPal email and
Yes,
his receipt for purchase? If
I'm
you,
on it already.
oh, right. Thank you, Luann. All right.
Yep.
You're going to send your PayPal email and you're going to send your receipt from your purchase, and then we will send you back $40 as soon as the refund period ends. Mark that down, Luann. And thank you very much for playing along. That was great. Wow. That was a tough question. I don't usually ask questions that tough. I only mentioned that in passing. Now, you guys have been asking some great questions in the question answer box. I'm going to put Luann on just for a moment. She has some more things that she wants to add. And then I'm going to play the demonstration again because some folks got here late. I actually invited you guys again at 10:38 a.m. Eastern time this morning to come in. And I promised I'd play the demo again. So, Luann, I'm going to play the actual demo, not just the montage of videos, but the actual 10-minute demo again after you answer some questions first, because I know people are dying to hear some of the answers. So just help them out with whatever you can at this point. Luann, take it away.
All right. Yes. Oh, we have been answering a ton of questions, and some people have wondered, aren't you answering questions today? Yes, we are. We are answering them in the background, and there's been a lot of good ones. Uh, One that stands out to me, we had several people asking, is there white label available? We do not have white label. However, Oliver has informed me something that I had forgotten, that we instead, for the link that you share with your customer so they can see what the talking face looks like or would look like on their site, the link that we've been showing has synthesis in the link. However, we also have a generic link. So there is no connection to any company whatsoever. If they saw that link, they would not know that synthesis was involved with this. And so basically that's your white label. So that takes care of that situation. And we've had a number of people asking, what if I already own Talking Faces? What if I already own Recast? And some of the people have Talking Faces from the original, which was launched in 2021. That will be going away in 6 months. Somebody informed me. I did not realize that myself, but that is going away, the original one, because we have this incredible technology that Oliver has developed now, which if you go back to your customers you've sold the original to, They're going to be so excited with what they see, and I'm sure you're going to be able to have no problems whatsoever in selling the new talking faces with all the customizations that you have available. And they'll be so delighted to freshen up their site and have something new and exciting on their site now. So you want the current one, you want Talking Faces 2 and Recast, which are both part of CastAI. Jim, to let you know, I still have not seen your particular question with your email. I need your email to look up your account. So
Hey,
if you,
Luann. Oh, sorry.
yes, yes, go ahead.
Yeah, really quick. So the bonus page that people are clicking, that's showing up blank because of maintenance with our hosting. So I'm going to switch that link out. So here within 5 minutes, if you're seeing a blank page, just go back there and click it again, and you'll be able to get to the bonuses.
Perfect.
And then second, someone was asking about the video length being 30 seconds, and if you wanted to, you could actually create 30-second videos and take it outside of synthesis and create longer videos and patch them together to get a much longer video. So just wanted to throw that out there too.
Yeah, good idea. Then that would be your Recast video. That's not your Talking Faces video. Your Talking Faces video has to stay on our platform or it will not function. So a couple people have asked whether or not that they could somehow combine the Talking Faces video with a YouTube video or put it on social media or something like that. No, you cannot, because it needs to be on a website. You'll either overlay it with your shared link, or when the customer is ready for it to be permanent on their site, then you embed the code on the site. But the functionality has to remain on Synthesis. It's hosted on Synthesis, so the functionality remains. If you take it off, the functionality stops. There was something else I was going to tell you, and it has now slipped my mind. Kind of a generic for everybody. Yes, and we do apologize for the links not working. We have our short links on Liquid Web, and they decided that today was a wonderful day to service our server, and there was no option to move it to any other day. So we've had to frantically work around that situation. So hopefully that will be changed. They will be done with the service.
But Luann, our link is working there though, right?
Yes, that's the direct.
GetCastAI.com/live.
Yes, that's the direct link. So that's not a problem. That's why we switched that link to the direct link. We're not using the Todd Suggests for that, but we did use it for a couple other things.
All right, great. Okay, so guys, what I'm going to do is I'm going to play the demo again. But while I'm playing the demo, make sure you don't lose track of that link. And remember, as I'm playing the demo, I'm showing you all the amazing things. Remember, you can get this right now. You don't have to wait until the demo's over. Just go to that link. You could always check on that link in the chat box at the top where you have those two thought bubbles or whatever they are. All right, so now I'm going to go back and into my software. See if I could find it. There it is. I'm going to show you the actual demonstration on the inside of how to use CastAI. And we'll be starting in 3, 2, well, before I say 1, remember, make this full screen and turn your audio up slightly. And if you don't hear anything, check your GoToWebinar settings. All right, here we go. Welcome to CastAI. What I'm going to do is I'm going to go down in the synthesis menu, and we're going to note that there is Recast and Talking Faces. All right, keep that in mind, Recast and Talking Faces. Also, keep in mind you're going to be using my projects later. So Recast is the first engine as part of CastAI. So you click on Recast, it says drop motion source here. That's going to be a video of yourself or somebody else. I believe it's in my desktop, so I'm going to look for it in my desktop. That's my personal desktop. I want my shared desktop. There it is right here. I'm going to take an actual video that I think will work well. All right, now it's already uploaded that video. I did not even pause it just now. And what you're going to do is I'm going to play it.
Hey, it's Todd Gross, and what you're seeing right now is CastAI.
Okay, and now what we want to do is we want to grab a still image from that. It's going to just take the first image in the video. And the reason we want to do that is so that everything works at its best, even if we change things. So you grab from the video. You could also upload a target character, but since you could describe a character and it comes out even better, grabbing from the video is your best bet. So it's going to take the first image it can from that video that we just uploaded, and that's what it's going to display. Now we could change this. I could say, have this person as a 35-year-old with brown hair and holding a coffee mug that is steaming. All right, and apply that edit, and it's going to change the person. Probably leave the same clothes. I could change the clothing as well. Perhaps I could, make the person, me, wear a suit instead of, that little jacket that I have there, which is not a fancy jacket by any means. We could do that as well. But for the time being, we now have the same exact outfit, but we have a different person. Person in his 30s holding a coffee mug. And there you go. Now, what's funny about this photo is you see the stairs on the lower right-hand side? I really do have stairs, and I don't know how it knew that. And the stairs look exactly like that. I cannot figure out. I did another one previously when my Camtasia crashed when I was doing a recording for you guys. And it did the same thing. It created those stairs. It's unfathomable to me that it knew that the stairs were there. It's like it was spying on me or something. Anyway, we'll leave that for now, that outfit. We could have changed it if we wanted. But now we have a choice. We could leave the script as it is, or we can actually type a new script in here, enable this and type a new script, and actually select my voice, because I, of course, have the whole package. Like, you're going to be getting the whole package today, I'm sure. And when you get that upgrade, you're able to use your own custom cloned voice, and you could write anything. So you could change everything that I just said. But for now, I want to show you the translation. So I'm not going to write anything in this section right here on the left. I'm not going to enable that. And I am going to enable this bottom section, though, because I'm going to do a language translation like this. And I'm going to choose Spanish. All right? Now, normally I'd add captions if I wanted to do a video that I wasn't going to overlay on a web page later, but I want to take this video after we create it and overlay it on a web page. And in that case, we're going to want to keep in mind that we just want the person to show on the web page. We don't want to change the background, which we could do. Like in a previous video, I actually had a bear watching me. You don't want to put captions if you're doing that. If you're going to overlay it on a web page, you want to just leave it, regular like it is now, because all that background is going to be cut out. So I'm doing Spanish, and then I'm going to do 720p. We could have done 1080p, but let's do 720. We'll go a little faster, and confirm and generate. This part does take a few minutes to render. Now that's already been fed over to Talking Faces, so let's go back there. Where will it live? Let's do a website called toddsuggests.com/OdinAI. That's one that just came to mind. And then once we're inside Talking Faces, what we do is we can choose to change the face again if we want, like this, and then work from there. But we already have ours done in Recast, so we're going to pick Recast and not just play with Talking Faces from scratch. We've already done a lot of the work. We're going to pick our Todd that's speaking Spanish, And then from there, we can edit it again if we want, so that something else happens, like we could put a bird on my shoulder. But instead, let's just continue. We go left corner or right corner. I usually like the right corner. And continue. Then from there, we have the ability to make some changes to the beginning of the video. At the very, very beginning, when people first see it, we can create an attention grabber. An attention grabber is the coolest thing. It actually, you could have the person hold a sign or so many different things. They give you some quick ones right here, like wave hello. So let's just click on wave hello right here. And then generate the attention grabber. Now remember, this is what people are going to see when they first go to the website that you're overlaying onto. This is the second half of CastAI, remember. This is no longer Recast. We're now in Talking Faces using a Recast video. So we're going to have this character waving hello. And there he is, waving hello. It's looking pretty darn good. All right, and here he is, and that's how it's going to look over the website when we integrate it. We've been thrown right now into the integration part, so let's see what we've got. So the playback settings is we don't want to hide our attention grabber, obviously. We are going to want to loop it so it doesn't just play once. Auto close after playing. I think we'll let it keep playing. Hide the close button. Yeah, let's hide the close button. Display the mute button. No. And we don't want to disable it. You would disable it if you're selling this to a client and they don't pay their bill. Actor size, we want it to be larger than halfway, so about 3/4. So it'll be fairly large, like you're seeing here. And integrate the actor onto the website. First, we want to do the call to action first. Call to action button is like click here, and then it will go to the website. And we want it to go to the site that it's going to be over. So we're going to do toddsuggests.com, Odin AI. And then the button color, let's see if it comes out okay the way that it is default. And then click save. It's saving. We didn't have to click save this time. There's the button. Oh, that was the integrate actor to website. We're supposed to do this. Integrate actor to website. So we click this, integrate actor to website. We get the embed code that we'd sell to a client. Or we could show the client what it's going to look like just by putting in the underlying web page here. The custom URL is toddsuggests.com/Odin AI. And then we got to give it a name. So come back. The name we're going to give it is Odin Overlay, right? Because we're having an overlay on top of the Odin website. It's Odin AI Overlay. Odin AI Overlay. That's a good name. And it gives us the name, the URL that we're going to share with the client. Edit copy. And then once you close this box, you have to save that, what you just did. So I almost forgot an important step. That's an integrate with the website. And now we're all done. Now I'm going to bring this down here. So I want to show you, first of all, that you could look at the settings right here and redo everything we just did in case it's not playing the way you want it to. Or you could play with the embed code section, which is this section right here. We could put a different website underneath, and we could take perhaps a whole bunch of pizza places in a certain neighborhood and keep putting the same overlay onto all the different pizza places. And then the one that pays you, you'll finally give them the URL code up here, the embed code. So now what we're going to do is I'm going to actually put this in the bar, in the URL bar right here at the top. I'm going to paste it in. That's what it gave us so that we can see how this is going to look. I click return. And now we should have the website underneath. And we do. And we should have us waving here, begging to be played. And now we could play it.
Hola, soy Todd Gross. Y lo que ves ahora mismo es Cast AI operando en esta página tal como lo haría en la tuya para compartir tus novedades, tus productos o lo que desees.
Okay, now I want to point out that it's kind of redundant for us to right click here because we're already on the website and it's already operational. But if you were using this as an affiliate site or something like that that you want to send folks to make sure that you get credited, then you could put the click here. It should say something else though, because obviously I could be holding a sign that says click to play, and then we want them to click the play button. So we'll probably write something else other than click here. But you get the point. We have this really beautiful overlay on the bottom right-hand side that we've made, and we're playing it.
Mientras ayuda a convertir más de tu tráfico.
And it's in Spanish, and it's perfectly on top of a website. And yet, we have the embed code that we didn't even give them yet. And yet we're able to see this right on top of their website. An amazing two tools, two engines put together that just is going to make you so many sales to local businesses. Every local business, in fact, every business, not just local business, should have something like this on their site, begging people to come in, being the welcoming host. All right, and we are back. So, what did you think? Great little demo, huh? All right, so what I'm going to do is actually take you in just a couple of minutes live on the inside. I'm going to demonstrate it live because there's something I skipped over there, and that's the ability to change the script and use a cloned voice or a standard stock voice that's already in there. And I'm going to show you that in just a couple of minutes. But first, switching back to the screen, a reminder, this is the link to get it, castai.com/live. The price is outstandingly low. To get the entire bundle, all you have to do is go to this page, that same link on the bottom, and then pick up what's called the full, that's the front end product for $24. And then you're going to click this button right here on the upper right-hand side to get the entire package all put together. And that's going to include all the bells and whistles. Luann, come on back, answer a couple of questions, then I'll do a live demo. Don't forget, everyone, the price is going up as soon as this webinar ends. The clock is ticking. We're going to end this webinar within 20 minutes. We want to get out at noon today, so the clock is ticking to get in at the lowest price before we start to raise it. Once again, there's your link, getcastai.com/live. Luann, are you on?
Only 2 hours today. We were on for 3 hours last night.
Well, I'm sure they'll get us to stretch a little bit.
We've been keeping up very well with the questions and answers. So I'm going to have to scroll back here and see if I can catch anything that we didn't answer. But if you do have any particular question that we haven't answered yet, please put it in the questions box, and we'll get to that. We have a whole team here answering in the background, and now me live. So whatever you need to, whatever questions you have, please put them in there, and we will get to you. Danny, we don't have an example of pest control, but yeah, they're the same idea for each one of the websites. And you're also, don't forget that this goes on a website. It does not go on social media because you have to embed the code. So everybody has to understand that it's going to be on a website only because
but
embed.
Don't forget, you could use the Recast. You could use those on social media without any problem at all.
Right.
Like I did on TikTok on Saturday. It's just in terms of the overlays, you can't overlay that with social media.
Yeah, exactly. And yeah, both products are just so fantastic, and I just like Todd, we're just kind of blown away. And again, something that I mentioned last night. Todd mentioned that he first did this in 2009, which I didn't even know about. That was news to me last night, or I may have known it and forgotten it
Yeah, I
initially at the
hired
time.
Luann. I hired a woman onto a product that I did with Mark Le, Mark LaRoe, I think it
That's
was.
that
Yeah,
sounds right. Okay.
and the product was actually all about how to get clients to buy a website from you. It had a really catchy name, and I hired a woman for around $1,500, and she was in the bottom right hand side of the website, just like this. And that's where I first did it.
That's fantastic. And then we brought it back in 2013 and brought out a product then. And this is our fifth product that we've launched that does a similar thing. And each time the situation has improved, but by far, this one has an incredible amount of customization, more so than anything else that we've ever done. And Oliver, just since Talking Faces 2 was released in May, figured out how to get this visible on mobile and Safari so it can be shown on iPads and iPhones now. This is
Right.
something that we had tried over and over and over to figure out how to do it, and it never worked. They always looked horrible, or they couldn't be seen at all. So it caused all kinds of issues. But Oliver has solved that problem, and everything looks really good. And that's just since May, he's figured that out, and now you have that capability. And with the use of cell phones now, this is a huge breakthrough.
Okay, now what I'm going to do is actually show you how to change what you bring into Recast. I mean, we talk so much about the talking faces part, about putting this over websites, but just as exciting is the ability to just change your characters and then use them in regular videos. So I'm actually on the inside right here. How did I get here? Well, let's go back to the menu. So on the left-hand side of the menu is Recast and Talking Faces grouped together. And then if you scroll up to My Projects, that's where your existing projects already reside. So we'll scroll down to Recast right there, and we'll just click on this in the upper left and look for a video. So I'm actually just searching around for a video to use, as a matter of fact. Let's see if I could find something to use. That's my desktop. Let's see, maybe in my downloads. I guess I'll look around in my desktop. Here's one. Fast track overlay. This will probably work. Let's play it once it loads in. So I'm uploading the source video, and then I'm going to play it to make sure that it's right. And remember, you could just take yourself saying virtually anything and change it. Now, the video that you feed in has to be 30 seconds or less. So it looks like this must have been under 30 seconds.
Hey, it's Todd Pros, and what you're seeing right now is CastAI working over this page as it would on yours to share your latest.
Okay, so this is one I actually did for our CastAI launch. You see the colors that I'm wearing aren't the best. There's red underneath that jacket. That's like a red flannel shirt. Doesn't match all that great. So we could change that, and we can change what I say and everything. So what I'm going to do is, first of all, we want to take this video right here and grab from that video and put right here a screen grab from it. And then we could change from there in terms of the look. Now I'm going to try an experiment. Please use the same character, but reduce his age. I don't know if this is going to work or not. To around 40 years old. Have him wearing a sporty polo shirt, blue in color. And have his hair a slightly darker color, perhaps a very light brown. All right, let's see if that works. I'm going to just apply edit and see if it can de-age me a little bit here. And then on the lower left-hand side, what I'm going to do is I'm going to give it an actual new script. And at any time, you could use this link at the bottom. I left the link visible. getcastai.com/live. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Would you look at that? That's really similar to how I looked. Wow. That's not exactly how I look, but it's really similar to how I looked back then. Okay, wow. Fantastic. That's really kind of freaky. What do you think, guys? You see that? All right, so oh my god, the good old days. It actually de-aged me properly. It's really surprising. So my face, I think, was a little bit narrow at the time. My hair was very similar to that, though. Okay. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to go to the bottom left-hand side where it says Edit Voice Script, and I'm going to enable. And then what we want to do is type our script in of what I'm going to say. I'm going to say something like, hello, cast AI enthusiasts. I hope it can say enthusiasts right. This is a test to see if the cloning of my voice and is working, and some other fun changes to my look, to my appearance. All right, since I promised some other fun changes to my appearance, you know what I could do? I could change this again, this image that we produced here on the right, and I could ask for me to be holding something, have the subject holding a gray cat. And let's see if that works. All right, we're waiting for me to hold the gray cat. Aw, little Sushi. Look at Sushi. Where's Sushi? I gotta find her. Probably upstairs. That looks just like my gray cat. Okay. Now, on the left-hand side, we have the script, but we have to scroll down to turn the audio settings on. And we want to select my voice from a list of possible voices. So you can see there is the ability to select standard voices like these. Like we have these various voices here.
Hello, this is a demo of... Hello, this is a demo of the voice you have selected. Hello, this is a demo of the voice you have selected.
Our distrust is very expensive.
Recognize that voice? Adam's voice is all over the internet.
Our distrust is very expensive.
And then we have my voice is in this list somewhere. Here we go.
Hi, everyone. It's Everett, your friendly foodie detective here.
That's my voice that I'm selecting. Okay, so I'm selecting that. And that is turned on. We have our script. We have our young Todd. Wow. And now we just confirm and generate. We're going to do 720p. And now it's actually processing. And this takes about, 4 minutes, maybe. Yeah, maybe a little less. See where it says successfully generated motion? We can actually make this larger by clicking a little button there, and then where it says motion me at the top, that's where it's rendering it. And when it's done, it should give me a little picture of me and the cat. So we will see if that works. Meanwhile, let me get back to you while this is taking place. And I'll move this aside, and then we'll go back to this and see if it's ready in a minute or two. Here's your link, getcastai.com/live. Lee McCormick is here. Hi, Lee. Awesome, says Lee. All right, Terry says, I'm going ahead and purchasing. Thank you, Terry. Oh, Jim is correcting us on the price, says it's $221.94. Not $221. Can we use any video off the internet? Yeah. I see you're getting your answers in there. We have a good question in there. I don't think anyone answered them. What price range are current marketers charging for these overlays? So I told you how I had paid $1,500 for it, but that was at a time where AI wasn't doing it yet. My suggestion is that you provide it at any price you want, even free, to get your foot in the door to continue to do stuff with them. If you do it, I'd suggest not too high a price, only because you could turn this off at any time. You're going to be pricing them monthly. So, a couple of $300 a month, I'm sure would be fine for you to get from each client. If you think over the course of the year, that's thousands of dollars. So several $100s per month. But I would, even if I had other services to sell to them, I could provide this as a teaser to get my foot in the door. Keep that in mind. All right, I think it's ready. I'm going to bring this back over. Let's see me and the cat if it worked. I have no idea if this worked or not. Sometimes you have to re-render it. Not too often, though. Usually it comes out pretty good on the first try.
Hello, CastAI enthusiasts. This is a test to see if the cloning of my voice is working, and some other fun changes to my appearance.
Okay, I'll probably re-render that, try to get an even better lip sync, but other than that, it was pretty impressive. In terms of the voice quality, it was excellent. Let's look at some of the other ones that I did earlier.
Hey, Dan, this is Todd Groves. Did you know that a big meteor shower is coming in August, on August 12th? In fact, it is same day as the total eclipse of the sun. This is good news.
That's interesting. I said it is same day as total eclipse of the sun because it was not my original audio. It was my script. And I forgot to put the same day in the script. And I saw the Grammarly or whatever it is said, hey, there's something wrong in this script. And it underlined same. But I didn't realize I left out the until after it was too late and I started rendering.
News because it means that the meteor shower will be seen in very dark, moonless skies.
Now, if you don't think that that's something you could put on social media, boy, do I have a surprise for you. I have another influencer that I follow, and I'm turning on my TikTok because I just watched his video about it, and I think I saved it, and I could play the audio from it so you can see what I'm talking about.
Every single one of these, so make sure you go ahead and add me now if you want to get the reminder. We are already halfway through 2026, and the biggest space events of the entire year still haven't happened yet. On August the 12th, there's going to be a total solar eclipse where day turns into night over Iceland and northern Spain, which is actually going to be the first one in Europe since 1999. On that same exact night, the Perseid meteor shower is going to peak with no moon in the sky, so it's going to be the best one that we have had in over a decade. And
I don't know about a decade, Nick, but yeah, it's going to be really good. So now let's see what I said compared to what he said that I just jotted down during the webinar last night.
Hey, Dan, this is Todd Groves. Did you know that a big meteor shower is coming in August, on August 12th? In fact, it is same day as the total eclipse of the sun. This is good news because it means that the meteor shower will be seen in very dark, moonless skies.
Now, you realize, of course, that what I did last night in just a few seconds matches what this guy did the next morning. It's almost like he was watching the webinar, right? So let's look at just a couple of more of these. Here's another version of a young Todd. I didn't say de-age me. I just said now have me reading the same script, but with a 35-year-old male with darker hair.
Hola, soy Todd Gross y lo que ves ahora mismo es CastAI operando en esta página tal como lo haría en la tuya para compartir tus novedades, tus productos o lo que desees mientras ayuda a convertir.
And then we had this one that I did with myself as well.
Hola, soy Todd Gross y lo que ves ahora es CastAI funcionando en esta página como lo haría en la tuya para compartir tu información más reciente, tus últimos productos o lo que quieras mientras ayuda a convertir más de tu tráfico en clientes. Mira bien lo que incluye el paquete Fast Track aquí abajo y comienza ahora mismo.
Now, isn't that freaky? Watching yourself speak a language you don't speak natively and speak it so fluently and sound just like yourself. You could have this right now. At this very moment, you can just grab this before the price goes up at noon. Oops, it is noon. We're going to end the webinar in just a moment. The price is going to go up after the webinar ends. I'm going to close this out and move this over. And thank you for staying on. Luann, I'm going to hand it back to you. GetCastAI.com/live. This is kind of your last chance to get in at that low pricing. Folks, come on in. Enjoy using one of the best video products you've ever laid your hands on. It's GetCastAI.com/live. And thank you very much for all your participation today. How do you clone your voice? It's right in there. There's a actual. All right, you're asking a great question, Jim. Why didn't anybody else ask that question? That's the first question I would have asked. So you go on in the inside, and then what you do is you just scroll down. Somebody has their microphone open. Okay, you scroll down under voice selection like this. See where it says create custom voice? You click on that, and then it gives you some things to do, like upload a short audio. And it creates your voice on the spot. You only get, I think, 3 of them. I don't remember the exact number, but you can't just go creating voice after voice. You have to be pretty selective and only create a couple. What other questions came in? Yeah, the snap, Jim, you add that in post editing. Yeah, that was an example of what you can do. When you take your videos and put them back together, that was edited in Outside Editor for sure. That's one of the things that's great about this product, though, is you get all these crazy videos, and then you can include it in the normal, videos that you make on a regular basis. Steven's been with me before Synthesis and Luann when she joined you. And that's around 2013. Thank you so much, Steven. That's great. All right, Jim has a question. If somebody can answer him in the question answer box. Really good question about delivering to clients. Once again, Audrey, would you mute who's ever not muted? All right, that's better. Bonus 1 is the Ready to Recast Niche Video Pack. So you already have videos to bring in to the software. Bonus 2 is the Client Agency Kit, which helps you get the clients. Number 3 is the video script prompts. You saw how I just was struggling. I only had like one sentence to write. This gives you 100 video script prompts. Bonus number 4 is 50 local business video offers, so that once you get the business, you can offer them other stuff. Bonus number 5 is the 7-step fast start plan to get started with the software. And it's time for questions and answers. Luann, come back on. We'll be wrapping up the webinar. Last chance. It's your last chance. Get castai.com/live. You want to jump on board before the price goes up as soon as the webinar ends.
That was fantastic, Stephen. I'm just amazed and pleased that we've had people with us for that long, and it was actually 2012, not 2013, when I joined you.
I'm corrected. Thank you.
Yeah. And it has been a great experience too. I will say that I have learned so much from Todd. It's just been absolutely amazing.
Likewise.
Yeah, very enjoyable partnership. So, anyway, any other questions before we wrap up? Because it is 12:06. We're actually late. I was trying to get Todd to start on time today, and here we are ending the past time today. So, well, I don't see any others. I think we've answered everything, and we really appreciate everyone staying for as long as they have, and for everyone who purchased today. Get in there, start creating your videos, and have a blast with CastAI. And 6,000, Jim, 6,000 each year for those credits. Okay. And just, go have a blast with this software, and go get some customers and help build your business and build a great income with this. And you'll have a wonderful business for a long time. Thanks so much. We'll see you on another webinar.